in the big city of Dallas, Texas. A new LGBT web reality series produced by The Chef Don Don Productions, School of Love. Honey, we are now casting. Make sure you get your application in just in time for school to be in session.
I'm sorry, y'all. Can y'all hear me now? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm having a time this morning. I have not felt good this morning. That's why I'm not on camera. Or not, I would give y'all cam looks, but I'm just not feeling it today. This morning, so I got hot last night and put the air on 68, no, 65, and woke up at like 2 this morning, throat hurting and everything. And so I'm not really feeling too hot. So and I'm sitting up in here with a wife beater on and some Adidas sweatsuit pants on, and I'm just chilling and I don't feel good. So I'm gonna power through this live for y'all because I love y'all to death. And that's why I'm up here, but I'm not gonna be on camera today because I just don't feel it. I'm sorry. But I do love y'all. That's why I'm here. And I got a lot to say about this Love and Marriage Huntsville episode because it had a lot of things in it that I wasn't quite understanding what was going on. But we about to get some clarification on it. This morning I'm gonna say what I gotta say. I am gonna go ahead and make this statement before I even start reviewing. Okay. Number one, if you coming in here and you a part of any group and you standing and fanning for anybody on this TV show, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't give a damn. If you get in your feelings about anything that I say about your fave on this show, I don't give a damn. Number three, if you are obsessed with this show, seek help. Okay? And I'm going to say that again, seek help. Okay? Because I'm here to review the show, but I am not here for any outside mess or anything else going on deriving from this show that y'all get y'all feelings in your fifis and talk about because y'all are all up in arms because you like somebody on this show. I don't care. I'm going to repeat it. I do not care. I say what I say. If somebody catches some slugs and some bullets over here, it is what it is. If you feel some type of way, you can argue amongst yourself in the comments. I don't read them. Okay? Period. Point blank. That's on period. It's Sunday. We gonna keep it cute for the Lord. Okay? So anybody in their feelings, I really don't care. This show is not that serious. And if you are taking it that serious, you might want to see somebody about that and lay on their couch because it's really not that deep. Number two, I did go ahead and play the trailer, which is a Chef Don Don Productions. He is executive producing my new reality web dating series. Y'all get into that. If you want to apply for the show, make sure that y'all apply for the show. Y'all do all of those good things. Get on up in there. I'm going to make a church announcement on this because I'm tired of y'all coming to my social media about this. There will be no leaks. There will be no breaks of the fourth wall. We will not tell you anything that's going on when we begin filming the reality show. Do not ask me. Do not get in my DM about you getting casted on the show. That will immediately get you disqualified from getting cast on my reality show. Okay? Do not email Chef about getting casted on the show. He will straight up disqualify you. It is what it is. We ain't breaking the fourth wall. This is going to be a totally authentic reality TV show. And if you can't understand it and respect the boundaries, I don't know what to tell you. Now, as far as anything additional pertaining to the show, like promoting your Black business or being a part of anything as far as production is concerned, being an on-site barber, loctician, makeup artist, etc., make sure that y'all email him at School of Love at 2024 at gmail.com. That's School of Love of Love 2024 at gmail.com. Okay. This email right here, if you want to promote your business, that's what it is. All right. Now that we done got all the church announcements out the way, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Okay. Push me through the algorithm. We about to begin the show. Okay. And again, if you're taking this show personal, like you know these peoples, you might want to go on and sit on back and chill. Because this ain't it. And my channel ain't here for it. I don't do that over here. And if you got a problem with that about who I'm finna get in on today, you might want to seek some help. I'm going to repeat that. Okay, so we ain't got no discrepancies up in here. Let's go on to get into it. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, y'all can. Any donations would be greatly appreciated. It all will go back into the channel. And everything spoken on this show is my opinion and it's alleged. Okay, so let's go. Let's get it. Beginning of the show, we open up. Kiki and Mel are talking about there's a continuation of last week when they're talking about the Crime Stoppers, and then she's explaining to Kiki what Tiffany said about being around her due to the brands being affected, possibly. Kiki, I don't, now this might be a cold joke, but I'm gonna say it. Kiki, while you was out there stealing stuff down to the Home Depot, allegedly, you should have stole you a better wig. Because that wig, that shake and go wig that you got on your hair with all that look like gel painted on and all that is a mess. It's a hot mess. It looked terrible. That wig was bad. The wig was bad. You should have stole you a better wig. I ain't sorry, but you should have stole a better wig. I ain't mean to come in like that, but the wig was bad. Anyways, her and Mel are talking about it. Like I said last week with this brand stuff with Tiffany, it's a reach. Tiffany, just say you don't like Kiki and move on. Because you know what? I would respect it a lot more if he was a woman and just stood in it than for you to be trying to make excuses. It was horrible. It was horrible for me. For me, it was horrible. It was horrible. Okay. Shout out to Chef. He up in the chat. Shout out to everybody that came in the chat. Thank you for being here this morning. It's about 20 of y'all up in here. So good morning to everybody. Excuse me, y'all. And I might cough in between and I might drink my orange juice and my water because, like I said, I'm not feeling too hot today. And like I said, with Tiffany, she gets on my nerves with the mess. If you don't like somebody, just stick and stand in it, because all of this back and forth, in and out, round the corner, yang over here and yang over there, pisses me off about Tiffany. Because just say you don't like Kiki after that run-in y'all done had with each other. Just say you don't. And I mean, in all honesty, we would be cool if you just go ahead and just stand in that. It's just phony to me. Kiki says she thought her and Tiffany's issues were they were buried and they ain't had no issues. Kiki, you know damn well you and that lady issues is up and it's stuck. And it's just not, that's just what it is. Y'all are not going to get along, and that's cool. Just say y'all heifers don't like each other and we can move the hell on with life. But I'm tired of folks playing in my face as I'm watching these shows and y'all be faking and funking and all of that mess. You don't like each other, y'all don't like each other, and that's cool. Just say y'all don't like each other. Then she goes into saying that she can't discuss the case. Cool, Kiki. You can't discuss the case. That video of you on the Crime Stoppers coming up out of the Home Depot. Again, you should have stole a better wig, and that's where I'm at with it. And she states she's basically accused and not convicted. So why would that even bother Tiffany's brand? I'm gonna be honest. If it was my brand and I'm even around you, and though you may not be convicted yet, anything just being accused in my eyes, I wouldn't want to fool la la with you, because my thing is, until I see that you are completely acquitted of the crime and you are found not guilty, then I might circumvent that and be in public with you. But I might be cool with you and check on you on the side, but I don't know that I would want my brand associated. I'm just being honest. I'm sorry. If I'm on a business tip, for real, I do have to side on the business tip. If I'm playing devil's advocate and I'm talking about business, yes. You be seeing how these advertisers, as soon as a artist or somebody come actresses, they come out with a little bit of something going on, everybody pulling out, because business wise they can't get ads and put anything with someone that has something that looks like it could be possibly looking like it's you. I mean, ma'am, you saying it wasn't you, but that video looked like it was you, Kiki. I ain't trying to hold you, but on a business standpoint, I feel what Tiffany is saying. But Tiffany, you don't hang out with this lady like that anyway, so I don't really understand what the issue is. I mean, anybody with a brand ain't gonna want to be around nobody that's accused of stealing. And the fact that you was on Crime Stoppers, it just hey, really big TV. Didn't watch the episode, but I'm here for the drags. Well, I'm definitely dragging, just like I'm just gonna keep dragging Kiki's wig, okay? Because that wig was terrible. And unless you do have a twin, I'm with with you right here. Unless you got a twin, that was you, ma'am, on camera. I don't give a damn what you saying. That was you. And I get it. We all fall short of the grace of God, and we all got our issues. But ma'am, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not, and say we did. Let's not. Mel says to Kiki, you shouldn't expect Tisha to check on you. And I'm with Mel on this. Okay, now I'm with Melody when Melody right, and I ain't with her when she wrong. Now I'm with her on this. You cannot expect Tisha to come and check on you when you and her are still in the rebuilding stage, in an honesty, with all that mess that Wanda and them had, and with Marceau and all of that. And then you was the prior season up there down to that event that Wanda had with that nasty food that she's serving off that truck. And I hope y'all ain't catching no food poisoning eating that mess. That you was up there talking about Marceau cheating. Like, I wouldn't have too much for you either. Let's be devil's advocate here, and let's keep it $150. Ain't nobody checking on nobody that's accusing their husband of cheating, and y'all ain't really in a good space. And it's been so much mess kicked up constantly on social media as family between Wanda and her pump it up spray and her 90s hairdos with Tisha, and then Yo Mama, and then you cannot really. I mean, we gotta be realistic here, ma'am. It just ain't gonna happen. And Melody did bring up, and she said, Melody said, did you call her about the Marceau and Wanda mess on social media? And Kiki was like, no, I ain't call her. Okay, so you and your dry wig did not call her. So you should not be upset about anything, about her not calling you, because it's honestly equal, and it is what it is. You can't get mad at something that y'all and honestly are not doing for each other. So call it even and move on. Kiki said no, no, she understands and knows well enough that, hey, she can't expect Tisha to treat her the same way she treats Tisha. Again, that's a two-way street, Kiki. You and Tisha, like, cut the crap. Y'all ain't even trying to be cool with each other like that. So let's stop acting with the theatrics in this scene, because it was a bad to be acting and it was terrible. And unless you really believe it, we don't believe it. I don't believe it. You don't believe it. We don't believe it. Like, come on, man. Stop. Because y'all really ain't cool like that. You can't be going to war with y'all family on social media and then expecting y'all to be cool at the family dinners on Sunday. It just don't work like that. We learned that in Soul Food. Let's not play. Let's not do that. So Melody says y'all are still rebuilding, give it time, and she brings up Tiffany's baby reveal party and says she was inviting her. Now this is where Tiffany, Tiffany, this is where I can't really respect you. You say you don't really want to fool la with this lady like that. You say you don't really want this lady around you like that, but yet you gonna invite this baby to your baby reveal party. Like, now, come on, man. You and then I got some more to give you later on about the comment that you made to Stormy, because you phony. You phony. And for the Tiffany fans that go up for her and Tiffany is phony as hell, and I can't get with her. I've never liked her since day one. Ain't gonna like her, and it ain't gonna happen. Okay? Because she phony. If I don't fool with somebody, I definitely ain't inviting you to no events that I got going on. Period. I'm not. And I'm not going to act like I like you when I was just up here talking about how being associated with you was going to affect my brand. Steph said, wait, Tiffany has fans? Child, she do. If Sheree can have fans and Marlo can have fans, yes, she has fans. Hell, if Courtney Rose can have fans, anybody can have fans. I don't understand, but she do. It was a cast event, and that's why Kiki was invited. I understand it was a cast event, but I have seen plenty of people on reality TV shows with a cast event and not invite somebody. So, yeah. I'm just going to leave that there. So we ease on down the road to Marceau and Tisha at their home renovation from the house that they moved out of, that they were still waiting on Neverland, and kept pushing around that dirt over there on Moore Manor. Not Moore Manor. Oh, soup, wrong show. Excuse me. Sorry, Kenya. I'm sorry for that slug. Around there at Scott Manor, which is AKA Neverland, AKA it ain't gonna be built, AKA we ain't got no money, AKA we got a $5.6 million lawsuit, AKA we broke, but my wife asking for an SUV spot. So they round there at the old spot. They round there at the old spot. And child, Marceau and his childbearing hips is in there pushing around a broom. Look like, I don't know if he was really doing some construction. I don't know, painting the floors. I don't know what was he doing I don't know. But him and his childbearing hips, he needed a bra. I ain't even gonna hold you. He did look like he needed a good C-cup sports bra, maybe a D cup. He looked like a D. He looked like a D cup. Well, his sassy self was in there, and Tisha comes up and pulls up with a smoothie. Now, you coming up here with a healthy smoothie, and he don't even look like he work out. So what was the smoothie supposed to do? I'm confused. Straight up dad bod, and you running up in here with a smoothie. It didn't make no sense. So they claim the renovation started at the old place they moved out of and became bigger. Now, here's what behooves me about this. Now, first of all, you got that pile of dirt over there with no structures on it. Y'all supposed to been working on that for how many seasons? We on season 6, and we still ain't seeing no construction, nothing coming up over there. You just moved out of this other place y'all was in to come over to go to a smaller place for y'all to renovate on this. How is y'all renovating on all this property and ain't nothing happening on the pile of dirt that y'all got, but y'all breaking down renovations here and there? Why are you adding on to something instead of adding and putting a damn structure on that pile of dirt around there at Never Scott Manor? What are we doing with the money? It's something. It's giving EBT base. It's giving y'all might need to apply for HUD. It's giving our money ain't money in the way y'all claim it is, and the math ain't mathing. Now I see why y'all was charging down to the expo, because y'all looking real broke. It's giving real broke. 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 And I'm gonna cut them. It's giving broke, broke. We ain't got it. So where is the money going? Cause y'all down there stunting like y'all trying to stunt like my daddy, and y'all broke. So what's going on? What's going on? Down to the what? Tell me, what is going on? But y'all supposed to be millionaires. Sound like y'all broke. I don't know. Tisha asked Marcel about the deposition at court, and he said he taking it to trial. Well, I'm gonna tell you, sir. I'm gonna tell you like this, sir. Don't have $5.6 million worth of problems that you can't pay for and that y'all got to end up filing bankruptcy on. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave that alone, because I heard allegedly y'all getting sued by a lot of people for fraud. Now I don't get in your business, and I don't know you like that, and I don't really care like that. But you might not want to play in court when you really ain't got proof that you could beat that 5.6. You might want to settle out of court. That's why I'm just giving you some advice, because somebody else was hollering they was gonna win their case, and they got $4 million worth of problems, and they still on YouTube keeping up. Let me stop, because that wasn't even. Let me stop. Let me go on and move on. So Tisha asked about a furniture budget. Let me clear my throat on that. She asked about furniture, and he asked her why can't they rent to own furniture. Now this, y'all renting to own furniture. Y'all renting to own furniture. Y'all are renting to own furniture. Is y'all credit that bad? Because all I kept thinking about was, ooh, child, the ghetto. Y'all, he talking about rent to own. So y'all really on national TV talking about y'all about to go down to Aaron's and rent a center and rent some furniture that y'all gonna pay 10 times the actual amount of the furniture. Y'all can't even afford to go down to Ashley Furniture or Rooms to Go and get approved for some furniture. Now we know Ashley got some pleather furniture and it might peel after a while, but y'all ain't had no money. Y'all ain't got no money. What is going on? What? But y'all riding around in $100,000 cars. Y'all hollering about y'all got a multi-million-dollar black business. You talking about this, that, and the third. I'm gonna tell you right now, you and your childbearing hips couldn't give me no damn advice about no bit of business when you out here having to buy rent to own furniture, sir. You can have several seats. You and that bra that you need to be wearing to hold up them double D's you got on. You need to sit down, sir. Several seats. Kick it to the back. And then you got Tisha looking like she used to lick the windows, the school bus windows with a helmet on, standing there looking goofy as hell, talking about, looking just dumb, standing there looking dumb. I wish I would be married and have a wife, and she talk about, babe, we can go down to the rent a center. We can do what? We can do what? At the rental what? So, Miss, I got the bags and all the designer. Y'all sitting up here having to go to rent. That's like renting some damn Jordans from Rent a Center or a Michael Kors bag. Y'all is ghetto as hell for that. You or your mammy Wanda should never ever fix your damn lips to say nothing about nobody's finances or talk about Mel or anybody else on that cast when y'all sitting up here talking about some Rent a Center furniture. That's an embarrassment. And this is who Carlos King out here casting? Ugh. The audacity. Then he said, do we need to buy furniture? And then said, we need to get it from China. So y'all finna go on Temu and get some furniture? Because I didn't even know Temu sold furniture. That's where y'all going to go get some furniture, at Temu? Yeah, this is ghetto. This is so ghetto. It's so ghetto. He talking about they need to be creative with the budget, and she asked what the budget is again. If he told you that y'all had to go to Rent a Center or errands to get furniture, baby, the budget is in hell. Y'all have no budget because you can't afford it. Y'all are broke. It's all kind of flags on the play on this. And I can't believe y'all even had this conversation on TV. I'm sitting up here offended. That shit pissed me off. She said, well, don't you spend your money on cars, and runs down the list of all the things he does. Now, I don't know how you could afford that trip to Africa the year before last if y'all can't even afford furniture. I'm confused. That's where I'm confused at. If somebody help explain that to me. She said, don't spend money on she says she don't spend money on cars, and she runs down the list. He spends money on cars and she begins to run down the list saying that, oh, okay, well, you go over here and you go over there and you do this and you do that, and and says he's supposed to be fixing the house. Well, y'all supposed to be fixing that pile of dirt that y'all keep pushing back and forth over there at Scott Manor that ain't been fixed. So what's about that? Ain't no structures going up over there. Ain't no plumbing. Ain't no pipe laid. Ain't nothing. So help me make it make sense how y'all are sitting up there talking about finances and money, and y'all sitting up here and I just come on, man. Come on. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, while I take this brief intermission, the way I'm dragging right now, y'all need to be hitting the Cash App the way that I am dragging right now. The way that I am dragging right now, y'all need to be hitting the Cash App for real. Because I'm up here dragging. And I'm not done dragging. So I'm gonna be here a while. So she says you're supposed to be fixing the house and Black on your allowance, but it's not on the allowance. And he says, well, basically, he taking his allowance, which is $3,500 a month. Now, how the hell you take a $3,500 a month, baby? Some people make $3,500 a month or more every 2 weeks. So you're gonna tell me you taking $3,500 in a month and you able to do renovations on multiple properties and your business, sir? Use a damn lie. Use a damn lie. I know that for a fact. Because $3,500 won't even hit my rent or my car payment or my car insurance. So let's not do that. Let's not do that, sir. I know you spending more than $3,500. Use a damn lie. Y'all, No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Let's not play. Let's not play like that. Let's not, Marceau. Okay? Because even if you had a side piece with your double D's, they wouldn't even take $3,500. They would be like, excuse me, sir? No. Now, Tisha said, so then he flips it. This is how Marceau be gaslighting like hell. This how you know you got a gaslighting ninja. He gonna flip it and reverse it. Okay? Like Missy Elliott said, flip it down, put it and reverse it. He reversed it. He flipped it on her and said, well, you know, he don't ask her about her $5,000 allowance and says zero goes to the house, businesses, or anything else. She says she spends it on the kids. Tisha, use a lie. Because I know you probably spend about $5,000 just on what you wearing down to the internet. Okay? You're not going to tell me you spend $5,000 a month on no kids. Ma'am, stop lying. Stop lying. Stop. That's cap. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. You are not spending $5,000. You are not finna tell me $5,000. You take $5,000 a month and you completely spend it on the kids. Use a lot. I'm not. No. I know you spend more than that. Y'all got luxury cars. Y'all have businesses. Y'all fool online and taking trips. And then anytime a woman ain't gonna tell you how much the purse costs, you spending $5,000 on the purse, and that's at minimum, and that's probably on a small bag. A small bag. A small bag. And let's be clear, Marceau, I've been knowing you were the biggest troll on this show, so y'all ain't telling me nothing new about Marceau and his trolling, because he's full of crap. This budget mess that they sitting up here talking about that they have is BS. Y'all ain't got no budget. Because I'm going to tell you, y'all doing the same thing. Y'all doing the same thing that them people do right down in Atlanta. It's all smoke and mirrors. Y'all faking y'all front about the money, and you really ain't got it like that. Okay, y'all post the pillow and check the check like the rest of America. Let's not play like that. And Carlos King, you ought to be, you know what? Let me get on you real quick. You ought to be highly embarrassed that you even put this mess on national TV like that, and you supposed to be showing Black excellence and money. And you know your cast members around here walking around broke. And you got a nerve to be talking about the housewives. You need to clean up around where you got what you got going on, sir. He asked her how much the purse was. She didn't want to tell him. She refused to answer that. And they keep going around this, rimming around the rosy, pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes, we all fall down. Because I got tired of them playing and gaslighting each other. Because at this point, they gaslight one another. And Tisha ain't no victim when it comes to Marceau and vice versa. They are not victims. They are volunteers for the situation. And at this point, it's giving a scammer tea. Okay? Did y'all go around there to Sheree and ask her how she done been scamming all them years? You might want to get some lessons. I'm going to just say that. Tisha keeps staring at him like he's stupid and playing with her hair. Again, this is why I really feel like Tisha be on the spectrum and she really need to go get tested. You look like you was licking windows on the school bus. Ridiculous. He starts gaslighting her about discounting what he does, and then he browbeats an apology out of her. And then this dumb heifer, you was just asking about what the furniture budget is. He just told you y'all gonna have to go down to the renter center, and then you're gonna ask for a new SUV. Make it make sense. It's the lies for me. It's the lies for me. I have never seen somebody gaslight and lie so much in the scene that it was ridiculous. You and Marcel are full of shit. And anybody taking any business advice from y'all, God bless you. That's all I got to say on this Sunday morning. Because you're not finna play with me like that. So we start on down the road to planning this baby reveal party of baby Ace with Stormy and Tiffany. Okay? She get up here and get to talking about she going to invite Kiki. But then she concerned about her stealing. If you concerned about the lady stealing at your party, then why are you inviting her? Now, everybody know in Black families, we got some family members that we don't invite to certain things. And if we do invite them, we putting up the good liquor. We putting up the good Mary Jane. We putting up all the good electronics because we know that straight up, so-and-so in them might steal. We know that, okay? And we ain't going to allow them to go to the bathroom or get in the medicine cabinet because we already know. We putting up everything. Come on. Now, girlfriends, I ain't trying to be disrespectful. And you've been a long time following me. And I'm going to just go ahead and say this. I'm sorry. I got to take this intermission. Let's not do Tisha, a Black woman, like that. Excuse me? Tisha's doing herself and allowing herself to be played like that on national TV. I'm not doing anything to Tisha, but breaking it down the way that I want to break it down. And if you sensitive about the way that I'm breaking it down about Tisha, because she does look silly and she does look stupid on national TV, I'm sorry. I don't sugarcoat anything. And if that's what you're wanting, it's not about doing a Black woman like that. Why would she allow herself to be done like that by a Black man that's clearly standing there gaslighting her? So she's not a victim to me. She's a volunteer for the situation. And if you want to sit up there and get trolled and be a troll with your husband, you can catch the heat with your husband. Sorry, not sorry. I'm not finna spare people's feelings. Because that didn't have nothing to do with race. You look foolish. Licking the school bus window thing is what I meant. It's a joke. It's a read. And if you're sensitive about that, I'm sorry. But I'm not changing how I'm reading and what I'm doing in my show to appease what y'all feel. If y'all don't like what I say, then don't. It's jokes. And I told y'all before y'all came in here with all that sensitivity, I'm not doing that. They're jokes. Now back to what I was talking about. Tiffany asked if she could be okay with, so Stormy is asking Tiffany Tiffany asked if Stormy could be okay with being in the same room with Tisha given the situation. And Stormy said she didn't do anything wrong. She addressed it She said, I don't feel like there is no issue. I'm done with the issue and I'm good on it. Stormy says she can't deal with sassy men like Marceau. And I agree. Because here's the deal. Marceau trolls these women. He's sassy with them. He interjects himself into these conversations with these women, and you do this. And as any men that I know, black men that I know, they don't get into business, women's business, and they don't be sassy like that, and they damn sure don't get smart with women. But see, that's because that's what he's allowed to do at home, and that's what Tisha allows him to do to her. So again, this is why I say Tisha is not a victim in any of this. She's a volunteer for the situation. And if she is okay with that being done to her on a day-to-day, then cool. Then cool. But it's all about what you attract. And if she's okay with her husband doing that and making her look stupid on national TV, that's her thing. Tiffany basically says she doesn't want anything to do with Kiki, but yet she invited her to the baby reveal. Here's my thing. This is where I don't do with the flip-floppity, flip-flopping. Because either you're not comfortable with the lady stealing out of your thing. You claiming that you're scared that she's gonna steal something. Tiffany is really not that deep. Okay, there's nothing at that baby shower, gender reveal party, whatever y'all calling it these days. Because now y'all have so many events, it's ridiculous. I remember back in the day, you just had a baby shower and that was it. You didn't have all these gender reveals, push parties, push gifts, this, that, and the third. My thing is, why invite someone? Number one, that Tiffany that you really don't like, and I get it. Production makes you invite people because y'all are all on the show, so she has to be there anyway. But why invite someone that you really don't like, and then have all of this extra shade and energy for it? Just don't invite the lady. And if I was honestly Kiki, I wouldn't show up because I wouldn't even feature you like that. Because it's clear that you guys can't play nice with each other like that, and you really don't like each other like that. So let's stop playing in each other's face. So all of that back and forth, again, Tiffany irks my soul with that. Tiffany says Mel helped her come around to the idea of letting Kiki come to the party. That's cool. But again, y'all don't really like each other. So what's the point? It's a no. I wouldn't show up. Really, I wouldn't. I'm sorry. Tiffany is discussing postpartum with Stormy and all the things that she has on her plate, and Lewis being gone all the time coaching. Now, I'm going to be devil's advocate with this. I do understand her postpartum because when my aunt had my little mama, I called her a lot to check on her about her postpartum because she was going through a lot of things. Okay. She was having some issues and I was there for her. And I check on all my friends that have kids. You had kids, I'm checking on you. I'm messaging you, hey, how you doing? Da da da, because I do understand the postpartum portion of it. If I'm playing devil's advocate on both sides of the board, Lewis low-key told her that this was going to be an issue with them being able to make time for them as a couple, time as a family, and the work schedules. He told her from the beginning that they was going to have too much on their plate and that this was going to be a problem. Tiffany was adamant about having this child and was adamant about doing this. Meanwhile, you already had two teenagers that you almost had out of the house, which she said 15 and 16, and they have all these activities and they have all these things that they're doing and they're playing football and they're going here, they're going there, and all of this. She, in my opinion, you asked for all of this and you're going to have to deal with it because now you're going to be home with this child while this man goes out and works. He told you he was going to have to be out working. He told you he was not going to be able to be there. So all of this complaining for me when it comes down to Lewis not being there, you knew that when you started this journey. You understood what this was going to be because he broke this down. And if we go flash it on back to when y'all was down there trying to avoid the real therapy that y'all needed in y'all marriage with Dr. Francis, and he was telling you you're constantly working and you're constantly doing this and you're constantly doing this, and at that point you were not putting your marriage first. Then he told you that. So why are we still sitting here acting as if, Tiffany, that this marriage was okay? The marriage was not even okay when y'all decided to have this child. And I'm not going to sit up here in front like it was okay, because it wasn't okay. Y'all's marriage was not where it needed to be to add a child to the mix. Y'all's foundation had cracks in it and was rocky as hell. And we're not going to sit up here and play like that. So now you got to kind of, and y'all going to get mad because I said this and I don't care. Suck it up, buttercup. Because this is what you asked for. And he told you what this was going to be before y'all did this. And instead of you really dealing with your abandonment issues and dealing with your issues with your own mother and father and going to get some really deep therapy and working through you to heal that, you decided to have to birth a baby because you still got abandonment issues, and you felt like by having a baby to love on that was going to cover that problem. And it's not going to cover that problem, because until you address that problem, it's still going to be a problem. And where I have a problem with Big Lou is that you gave into your wife, which you always do. You allowed Tiffany to run over you. You gave into your wife and you had a child. And now y'all done just adding more stuff onto the plate and adding more issues to her, instead of stepping up and standing up and being a man and say, no, this ain't it. We need to work on us first before we add a child to this. You need to do individual counseling. I need to do some individual counseling. And we need to do some therapy first before we think about adding a child into something that was already a mess. It was a bad decision. It was a bad decision in my eyes. Though children are a blessing, but in this case, knowing what y'all all had going on, and you didn't even have time for your marriage just for you and him before you added a baby. Like if I gotta be 100% willing on this was not it. And it wasn't the move. I'm sorry, it wasn't. Nita the Diva said, I'm not even getting her complaints because she knows how it goes. This was the decision that she wanted. She knows exactly what all is involved. Exactly. Ashantra Huey said, Lewis told her they had too much on their plate to start over with a newborn. Exactly. It's hard. It's very hard. You have to adjust life. And Tiffany chose to do that. And with that, you understood everything that you was going to have going on and how you had to deal with this baby. Tiffany got what she asked for. So why is she mad when he told her now was not the time for a baby? It wasn't. It's on you. It's on you. I'm sorry. I sympathize with her as a woman on the postpartum, because that is a part of, after you have a baby, you have postpartum. But I just don't understand. I really don't. Because this is something y'all knew going into it. She starts to cry and she says this conversation about any of this yet hasn't even been addressed in the home because Lewis hasn't been home. She says it has strained her household to have the baby. Well, you knew that, ma'am. You knew that. Again, you knew it. She says she is not okay right now, and Stormy reassures her that it's okay to not be okay. And it's true. It's okay to not be okay. It really is. But I also do think that she needs to go to therapy while she's feeling this way, especially with the postpartum, because you don't want to be not okay and then it's a lot going on. So I do think that she needs to see somebody about that. So we bounce all down to this double date with Tisha and Marceau and Chris and Nell. And child, this was a mess. They dug right on into it. Chris and Nell just went straight on into it. They asked why they wasn't invited to the Black Expo. Marceau said he didn't know what Chris did. So you never knew this man was doing real estate broking for over 20 years, that he was a real estate broker for over 20 years. Marceau, stop playing in our face on TV. Stop trolling. You look stupid. You look stupid. You're not going to tell me you didn't know Chris Fletcher was a broker. You gone. You and your childbearing hips, get out of my face. Now, I do agree, Harold, with this. I love Stormy's compassion towards everyone and not being so quick to judge. She's about the only one next to Mel that I've seen in these episodes that have had any type of compassion. So, and then he said Nell was just his pretty wife. And Nell says she didn't have a daycare for 29 years. You mean to tell me you, Marceau, a ninja that been living in Huntsville all your life, or whenever you moved to Huntsville, you ain't noticed who these people were and what they did? Please, Marceau, get out of my face with the trolling. It's stupid and it's ridiculous. At this point, I want to ask you, what do you do? Besides push that dirt around on more, I'm sorry, why I keep saying Moore Manor? On Scott Manor, on Never Neverland, that's never happening. I'm asking, what do you do? Because you acting like Tommy from Martin with no job. I'm concerned. Why you up here asking for Rent-A-Center furniture? And thank you, Nolene Dalton. This was the fool in the same picture with Chris in Atlanta. You sound dumb. You act like people don't be all in y'all business and don't see the social media posts and don't see y'all. You're dumb. You dumb too. Y'all act like people with intelligence don't watch this show and that got common sense. It's a very irksome. You can't even remember the lies that you get up here and you tell on national TV. And people steady clocking y'all. That's what's aggravating about watching this show. Keep the lies together, please. And now I'm glad Nell went up in and went ahead and checked you, because your wife don't check you, but everybody else seemed to check you. And Nell said she's a successful businesswoman and has been doing it for 29 years. Nell says she's had a daycare for 29 years. Nell, and again, she had to let you know, we ain't new to this. We true to this. We do what we do over here. Why are you trying to hate? So Nell asked them, got straight to the nitty gritty. Nell and Chris asked, they said, why y'all invite us to the expo? Here go Tisha getting ready to come up with another lie, because it's just like you and Marceau lie so much. You know, I'm starting to believe that you and Marceau pathologically lie so much, y'all believe y'all own delusion about stuff. And I really, at this point, like I said, I believe y'all are equally to blame for this marriage and this falsehood that y'all are on national TV trying to act like y'all are so in love and y'all got this good marriage. Both of y'all are liars. Like, y'all are phony and liars. I don't believe anything that Marceau and Tisha even part their lips to say. Straight up. And they came in hot, and I was here for it. She said, well, why didn't y'all invite us? Well, then y'all beating around the bush. Just say y'all didn't invite them people because they still cool with Melody. And again, Chris and Nell understand this. Like they checked Martell last week. Don't put us in the middle of anything that you and Melody have going on. We are cool with both sides, and that's how it's going to be. But y'all will not put us in the middle. And basically, they let these two fools know at the table. Nell said, this ain't high school and this ain't college. I don't operate like that. If you don't like them or you don't deal with them, that's fine. But I'm not going to stop dealing with them because I deal with you. We can all be cool and still all be friends, regardless of whether you deal with Melody or not, because y'all deal with Martell. And that's how grown folks are supposed to do things. I feel that same way in real life about my friends. You might deal with somebody, I may not deal with you, but I'm not going to tell nobody how to deal with you, even if I don't deal with you. And that's straight up. I don't do that. I don't make people pick and choose. That's childish. And Marceau and Tisha are the king and queen of childish because they childish in their own marriage. Grow up. Matter of fact, go make some money in your business so you can buy you some furniture that ain't Rent-A-Center. How about that? Up here trying to question somebody else's integrity and trying to question how somebody else get their money and make their money, and then you sitting up here and got 2 nickels or two pennies to rub together. Can't even go get no furniture. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And she further lets them know that their relationship with Melody has nothing to do with them fostering a relationship. Nell said that's how y'all operate. Because Tisha started to try to explain that mess. And she said, oh, that's how y'all operate? Oh, when y'all don't like somebody as a unit and y'all play these high school games? Very stupid. Very stupid. Very childish. I've never seen people 40 plus years old sitting on national TV. It's just childish. And Nell really looked at them like they were fools. Nell also called out that no one got paid. Marceau then said what they did, they didn't charge them to speak. So for what they did, they didn't feel like they should have to pay them for speaking. Basically, he's saying I shouldn't have to pay you for speaking. Nell looked at Marceau like a fool. He said they didn't have enough experience to get paid. Now this is the audacity to me. So you're going to tell me Melody doesn't have the right to speak or get paid to speak. Kimmy doesn't have a right to be paid to speak. Maurice doesn't have a right to be paid to speak. Stormy doesn't have a right to be paid to speak. None of those people on the panel have a right to be paid for their time because it was an event for the community and you were giving back, but yet you was up here charging for booths. You was pressed about $100 that you needed to get from Stormy. Come again? You sound like all types of fools. Fools. Marceau. Was your bra too tight at the dinner table? Was your bra too tight? You might want to loosen the back up a little bit. Because you was delusional. Delusional. Telling somebody that they didn't have enough experience to get paid. Chris Anel said you can't shade the hosts when you were in business with them, and basically says all Mel does is say. Then he comes back and tries to say all that Mel does is sell t-shirts, huh? Doesn't Mel do property preservation? Doesn't Mel? Yeah, she got t-shirts. Doesn't Mel sing? Doesn't Mel do speaking engagements? Doesn't Mel have a skincare line? Doesn't Mel have a hair care line? What? I named about 6 businesses right there. And quiet as it's kept, loud as it is, Scope was making money before y'all bought it. You're so sassy, sir. You're very sassy. You're very sassy. You and your wide hips and your double D's. Very sassy for a man. Very sassy. Very. When you up there selling pink and green black t-shirts and your wife selling cups and t-shirts talking about the blueprint. What? The blueprint that y'all bought from Melody that was a functioning business? Oh, all right. Oh, all right. Yeah. A joke. Straight up. See, the problem is y'all got so much hate for Melody that y'all really want to be Melody. That's what it is. And y'all know I don't go up for Mel all the time like that. But in this sense, I got to go up for Mel. Y'all hate her so bad that y'all want to be her, but can't. And that's the problem. Only haters say things like that. Oh, and she got production company and network. Yeah. Oh, I forgot about them. I forgot about that. I forgot about that, Chef. I forgot it. I forgot about that. Because Nell did say black sell t-shirts too. Then all of a sudden, Tisha starts asking them how they dealt with cheating in their marriage, and Marceau stops her. So, Carlos, Carlos, let me hit the mic. Are you listening, Carlos? Because you follow me on Twitter and all these other places. When are you gonna address? When are Marceau and Tisha gonna really address the pink elephant in the room that's been the elephant in the room for several seasons? Marceau's cheating. When are we gonna address that? So when are we gonna address that? When are we gonna get to that? Because Tisha constantly asking somebody about their marriage and asking them how she can get some, asking for advice low key, but really not coming out high key and saying what it is about somebody cheating. So when are we going to get some honesty from Mr. Troll and Mrs. Troll? Because Nell clocked in on this work day, and I was here for it. I'm with you, Harold. I was here for it. She got clocked in. So, Carlos, when you're ready to address that in real time, then you can have critiques for other people not telling the truth on their platforms. Because it's clear Marceau and his childbearing hips is out here for the streets. So we know where his allowance is going, and it's more than $3,500. That's why they still pushing dirt back and forth on Scott Manor, and there is no structures. So if we want to talk about it, let's talk about it, but let's stop playing. Because anytime you stop your wife in mid-sentence, it ain't peaches and cream around now. Schoolboy Marceau and Tisha were married 16 years. Remember, they're the blueprint. Child, they couldn't give me directions to the grocery store. Damn near, they damn sure can't give me directions on marriage. Next case. And the Fletchers felt like they was reaching out for help. And yes, they were. They were reaching out. They was reaching. No, I ain't gonna say they were reaching as a couple. Tisha was reaching. Baby, your slip keeps showing every year. Your slip is showing, Tisha. So we down to the last part, which is Tiffany's baby reveal. She walks in, nothing is ready. She's asking, why is everything not done? And it was, and so the lady tells her, the party planner says it was raining and storming. And so they had to be intricate about how they brought the food in and everything and the party favors and the gift bags because they didn't want everything damaged. So Tiffany comes in. So when Tiffany sees that, she starts to grab some pink gloves and starts to, jumping in and helping. Stormy walks in and was like, okay, nothing's done. I don't want Tiffany to have to stress. She got a lot of stuff going on her plate already. Let me jump in and help. So then Kimmy comes into the venue and she sees things aren't complete. And she's like, well, I know I ain't late. I'm on time. And stuff is still not done. Right after that, Mel comes in. And Mel spoke to Stormy loud enough. This is how the petty is between Mel and Stormy. And she didn't speak back, acting like she was rummaging in her purse. And I'm going to say this, Stormy. Now, you always be talking about you so real. You could have been the bigger person since you so high vibrational and you don't like low vibrations. You could have been grown and just said, how you doing, Mel? I'm sorry. It don't cost you nothing to speak, and you can speak, but you chose not to. And that was a little petty shade, which I felt like was really unnecessary. But I go off, sis. You still in your feelings about whatever happened between you and Mel, and that's fine. Okay. Okay. That's fine. It was childish to me because you could have spoke, but whatever. Kimmy said Tisha didn't RSVP. The last time she had spoke to her, she still hadn't RSVP'd, and Tiffany wondered why she hasn't. She wasn't speaking at the Black Expo. And Kimmy said that wasn't her place to tell her, and that really wasn't her place to really acknowledge that. She said because it was about the original comeback group that ain't never making a comeback. So I really wish I would stop trying to push it because it ain't coming back. Okay, that's done. Did we miss something? I thought Stormy and Mel was good. I don't know because this probably was filmed way before they became good. I don't know. I just noticed the shade. But Kimmy basically told her, it was about the comeback group. It wasn't her place to tell her that. And the event was based for the original comeback group to speak. So, and Stormy basically threw shade immediately and said, well, it was a mess. So it wasn't really nothing to speak at to begin with. So it is what it is. And Stormy said, well, Marceau was getting into it with her for $100 booth. Mel said she didn't even know people were getting into it about booths. And Kimmy claimed she didn't know anything about them even paying for their booth until Maurice told her that they paid for their booth. And she didn't know because she never knew that they had to pay for their booth. which I find is weird. You and your husband, I ain't even gonna go there. Because Kimmy, you. Nell walks into the baby reveal, and Kimmy and Stormy, they pan over immediately to Kimmy and Stormy talking about having to pay for the booth. And Kimmy's basically asking Stormy, is she gonna be on chill when Tisha comes in? And basically Stormy's like, it is what it is. I'm over that situation. I dealt with it when I dealt with it with Tisha, and I ain't really going to go back and forth with it. It's all said and done. Nell and Melody talked about the expo. So then they pan over to Nell and Melody talking about the expo. She lets Melody know that Tisha feels some type of way about their friendship because of her being friends with Mel, and Mel calls it BS. And I agree, because people can be friends with other people that other people may or may not get along with, and that should not have any bearing on what's going on with that person. Okay? I feel the same way. Nell let her know, hey, I feel like it's childish. Whatever is your issue shouldn't be y'all issue with me and Chris. With Melody, we should all be able to get along, and it shouldn't be high school. It really shouldn't. And I totally agree. Like, this is really childish. Melody says, well, y'all spend money at their businesses. They ain't telling you got to get out over me. So there shouldn't be an issue if y'all hang out with each other. It shouldn't be an issue for you to be invited to their events, to speak at their events, or any engagement that they have, because they ain't telling you to get up out of black when you and your husband patronize a business and go eat over there, which I agree. It shouldn't be no issue. If it ain't no smoke, then it ain't no smoke. How you gonna let somebody patronize if you don't like that they're friends with Melody? You ain't kicking them out your business when they spend their money at your business. I felt like it was stupid. I really did. I felt like it was stupid. Nell brings up how Marceau stated that they shouldn't be paid. Stated that Nell brings up that Marceau stated he didn't feel that they should be paid because they weren't professional enough to get paid for speaking at an event. It should have been Stormy or Maurice because they have been businesses longer than her. Sir, what that got to do with Melody? Again, that's just hate and shade towards Melody because y'all don't like Melody, because y'all sticking by Martell's broke self, who ain't got nowhere to go after 8 months of freeloading off of Chris. It's ridiculous. Melody built scope because we know Melody was the brains of the operation between her and Martell. She let Martell look good off of her brains. She was the brains of the operation. Now that Melody is gone, we see what happened to Martell. Okay, he down around there, basically on food stamps. Okay, he's scratching and surviving good times. So let's not sit here and play about this lady's bag and about who she is and about what she's done, because that's really is playing in playing in Mel's face. And I'm so sick of that. She deserves to be paid, and everybody on that panel that spoke should have been paid, because they taking time out of their day to do something for free that they could have did an event in which they got paid for. And this is coming from a man who's up here told his wife at the beginning of the episode that they need to go get Rent-A-Center furniture. You can have several seats, sir. You look ridiculous. And not to mention that Martell is around there squatting and can't pay his bills. And then Melody comes with the shade, and I was here for it. Melody says, well, she could say she doesn't want to speak at an event where she knows the person putting on the event is being sued for $5.6 million in fraud. And truth be told, she's been running businesses since 2008, and they should be thanking her for the success that they have now. And last time she checked, they were selling t-shirts too with black on them. And what was the point of the jabs? And I'm with you, Melody, on that. What was the point on the jabs? And Mel does point out that it is pathetic that black men are attacking black women that are successful. And I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up because that's how the episode ended. We gonna next week they're gonna get into some more things. I'm gonna say this. I am getting tired of black men sitting up here downing black women that are successful. If you do the math right now in the world, there are more black women opening businesses and having successful businesses nowadays than there is black men. Period. Black women are doing the damn thing, and black women are excelling, and black women are killing the game. And it is very disheartening to see a sassy man that's always in women's business, that always got to say something to other women face to face, sitting up here acting as if he is like God or Almighty God and that he knows so much when, sir, you know so little. I have never seen a man this sassy. I've never seen a man this hell bent on being up in women's business. And I don't respect men, whether they on reality TV or not on reality TV, that do mess like that. I don't respect men like that. Because at the end of the day, some of these black women that y'all trying to put down should be the same black women you should be sitting down with and asking them, how can I make my business successful? Instead of hating from outside the club. Because some of these businesses that people have are not doing as well, but you sitting up here faking and shaking like it is. So I don't respect Marceau because you belittle your wife in your household, then you try to go around and belittle other black women on this cast and try to act like you are the end all be all, the beginning and the end. And you're not. And that's why Courtney came to you and saw you and checked you. Because he told you, you don't never have this energy for men. You have all this energy for women. Which speaks to you being a Mitch. It really does. It speaks to you being sassy. Because the men I grew around, grew up around, and real men that I've come encountered in life, they don't deal with women in that manner. And they don't talk to their wives, their girlfriends, or none of that like that. So the next time you feel like you froggy like that, sir, you might want to get your ish together when it comes down to you and your wife with that raggedy marriage that's on a wing and a prayer that y'all are faking and shaking with on national TV. That pile of dirt that you keep pushing back and forth over there at Scott Manor that has not done anything in how many seasons? The houses that y'all keep renovating and moving from this place to that place and still ain't got your property together. And the cars and the bags and the shoes and the terrible fashions that your wife is buying that she's spending all this money on but still looks bad. Because it ain't it. So before you come for somebody else's household, get your shit in order first. then you might be able to question someone else's household. But until then, you need to sit you and your double D's and your wide hips and your sassy attitude right on down. Because, baby, you ain't nothing to look at and you ain't nothing to feature. Because if quiet as it's kept, loud as it is, Tisha can go get a real boss because you ain't no boss. But one thing I won't let you do is disrespect a woman or make a woman feel bad about what she doing because she bossing up, something that you can't do. So why about you go down to the courthouse and deal with your $5.6 million lawsuit that you got for your fraud, sir? And I hope that the person that is suing you for how you played them and did bad business gets their money. And again, I'm going to put this closing right on out that Carlos King, before you speak on another Housewives franchise, you might want to sit down and have several seats and take notes from Bravo. Because there's some areas that you're lacking on your show. And baby, your slip is showing. And what it's showing is that people really ain't got it like that around there, around Huntsville. But when it comes to Mel, she's the only one that got it like that on that cast. Because I even question Kimmy and Maurice at this point. Now, it's 58 of y'all in here. I've done my dragging for the day. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Push me through the algorithm. And if you don't know about me, you better ask about me because I'm back. And then in 2023, all the way until 2024, if I'm making you mad now, I'm finna really make you mad in 2024. Because I'm coming. And you can get in my comment section and you can woody woo 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 and you can go back and forth and you can go argue with you. I won't be listening. Now it's time for me to go watch my football and mind my business because now I'm tired because what little bit of energy I did give to y'all today, I gave it to y'all all in this video. Now y'all make sure y'all go tell everybody to watch the playback. And if you want to donate to the channel, you can donate to the channel. If you would like to have your business featured on my new reality web series, being executive produced by Chef Don, put some respect on his name in these streets. Executive produced by him. If you want your Black-owned business being featured or your YouTube channel or whatever kind of business you got and it's Black-owned, y'all email them right here at schooloflove@gmail.com. They messed around and made me hot, then activated my spirit today. So y'all go ahead and get on that. If you want to be a part of the show, you want to be casted on the show, make sure you get casted on the show. If you want to, make sure y'all get casted on the show, apply for the show. All right? Y'all, it's Sunday. I'm about to go watch my football, mind my business, and kick my feet up. Y'all have a blessed one.
In the big city of Dallas, Texas, a new LGBT web reality series produced by The Chef Don Productions, School of Love. Honey, we are now casting. Make sure you get your application in just in time for school to be in session.